Hello and welcome to what is most probably one of the most beautiful beaches in Suffolk, if not East Anglia. This is Covehithe, and we are here today to answer one of probably the most asked questions when it comes to baits. What is better, frozen lugworm or fresh lugworm? I have both today. As you can see, both rods are out already. Left-hand rod, 2-hook flapper, fresh lugworm. Right-hand rod, 2-hook flapper, black lugworm, frozen. Both rigs exactly the same. Fish and rolling leads, both leads exactly the same. Basically being cast at exactly the same distance as well. So it's going to be quite a fair test. Now these have been out about 10 minutes. I'm going to give it a 20-minute soak per cast. And we're going to see what one comes out on top, fresh or frozen. Now I have my idea already of what is going to come out on top. But by the end of this video, hopefully I would have answered for you the question and the reason to which I'm out here. Like I say, it is you can see me moving my hands around. It is cold today. It is cold. But even though it's cold, it's beautiful. I love this beach. In the summer, this beach is amazing. It's probably one of the most hidden gems in Suffolk when it comes to nice beaches. It's sandy, it's beautiful. You can go swimming in the sea here. It's great. Right. I'll come back to you in a little while when I reel these rods in, and I'm going to go through everything today. I'll show you the rigs, I'll show you the baits, and hopefully we'll get some fish on the beach. They've both been out about 20 minutes. Just give you a quick sit rep on the state of the tide. The tide is now going down. I've arrived at high tide, and it's now ebbing. You'll notice as I go through the video, I'll be working my way further and further down the beach, because this beach does go back quite a way, because it is quite shallow, to be honest with you. What we're going to do, we're going to reel these rods in now. They've been about 20 minutes. First one we're going to bring in is the frozen, which is the right-hand rod. See if we have anything on here. Now, this beach is renowned for flatties and stuff like that. I've had some lovely fish off here in the past. I've had flounders, I've had dabs in the summer. This beach fishes quite well for smooth hounds. And this beach is one of the ones that will throw up an unexpected surprise at times as well. I wouldn't be surprised sometimes if you can get place off here. Probably one of the only places in and around this local area where you might be able to catch a place. I've had bass on here on some of the hottest days of the year. I was down here once fishing with Maddies. Flick my rod out. What we got? Is there anything on there? Right, so frozen lug, first cast, nil point. Now for the fresh lug, which is left-hand rod. Like I say, I'll go through everything with you in a little while. I'll go through all the baitings. I'll show you the rigs and everything soon. But fresh lug, first cast, what we got? Feels like there might be a little bit of weight on there, but we'll see. Who knows? Don't think there is a fish on there, but you do never know. Dabs obviously are quite small. Sometimes when you're reeling them in, you can't really feel them. Hello, mate. Hello, doggy. When you're reeling them in, you can't really feel them sometimes. What we got on there? The tiniest whiting in the world. Not a flatfish, so it's not going to count. Look at the size of that. That is absolutely tiny, but it just shows you there are fish about. I'm not counting that because I'm here for flats. Make sure that's not a weaver, because there is weavers in and around here. I know it's the wrong time of year for them, but a fish of that size, the last thing you want to do is be grabbing it and find out it's actually a weaver. Look at the size of that. It's a baby. He's a tiny little thing. Look at that. I don't think I've ever seen a whiting so small. Yeah, you do get weavers in around a lot, so they're more a summer species, but tiny fish like that, when you pull one in, always double check, because you just don't know. And the last thing you want to do is be grabbing a fish thinking it's a whiting and you get stung, because that is not a good way to get your fishing session started. Right, gonna get these baited back up. I'll come back to you next. I'll show you the baits I'm using on each rig. I'll show you the rigs and I'll go through my tackle. First cast done, and all I have is a little pin whiting, but it's a start and it's a fish. It's going to take you through what I'm using today. I've got my Greys PZ matches, old rods, absolutely fantastic, really soft action, great for flatty fishing. Paired up to the 7HT Turbo, 16-pound line, tapered leader, which goes from 15 pounds down to 60 pounds. On that, I then have my 2-hook flapper. This is the Fresh lug rig. Now look at the size of that lug. That is tiny. I have specifically got tiny lug today, fresh ones. Got them from Jordan's King Ragworm and Baits in Ipswich. Now he digs lugworm, but he also, when he digs them, he obviously finds the little bullets and he sells them on, which are perfect this time of year. He only takes a few, but he knows people want them for flatfish fishing, and it's perfect this time of year. Now that rig is a 2-hook flapper. You're talking 40-pound rig body down to 13-pound snood. Both rigs are exactly the same. You have a little bit of attractant on there as well. You have a few beads, and you also have your stopper on there. Both rigs also have 105-gram Takana bucket lead on. That is the Fresh, which is always going to be the left-hand rod today. That sun is coming out. It is going to be a stunning day. Look at that sea. Oh, my word. This is flatfish fishing. This is dab fishing. This is flounder fishing. This is winter flatfish fishing. Everything else is the same on this, apart from the fact I've got little bits of frozen black on the hooks. Size 6 hooks. Forgot to tell you the size of the hooks. They are size 6 Aberdeen hooks. Absolutely perfect. Long shank. Even if you're using a small hook, long shank hook for me, for flatfish, just so you have aid in unhooking them when you get them, because they do have the capability, and annoyingly, they do like to suck that bait down. They do like to get it inside their mouths, but they are quite easy to unhook. Now, get this one out. That's the frozen, simple overhand lob. Bish, bash, bosh. Probably talking 50 yards out, if that, which is where you want to be. Dabs, you can fish at distance for dabs, but I love fishing in close to them. They love being in close. They love being in the first bit of that tide table where the surf is, just behind the waves, feeding on all the little bits of stuff that are being kicked up. All the little tiny bits of bait, you know, bits of food, shellfish, worms, little bits of fish. Dabs do love a bit of fish, as you saw from my Kipper video. Right, I'll put this one out. About the same distance exactly. Beautiful. Second cast. What do you think is going to be better today? Like I say, I've got my ideas. However, you're the ones watching the video. You are the ones that are keeping this channel going. And on that note, don't like to keep saying it, if you're watching this video and you're not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button, please. It helps the video to grow. That's both rods out. The sun is shining. It's blooming cold, but it is an amazing day down here at Covehithe. Let's see what can happen. So both these rods, second cast, been in about 20 minutes. Let's reel in the fresh bait first. See if we got anything on here. Like I said to you before, this beach is renowned for its fishing. You know, it's one of them forgotten beaches in and around the area. There is a little bit of weight on here. It's one of the renowned beaches in the local area. It's forgotten about. You know, we always used to call it the forgotten beach when we fished here in the past, because years and years ago, this beach used to throw up codling and stuff like that, but obviously I wouldn't come fishing here for cod now. It's not what it's there for now. It is more flats. Oh no, more whiting. They don't count. They don't count. No, no, no. But the fresh bait is out fishing the frozen. Oh dear, I don't want it to be a whiting fest today. I thought if I fish here during the day, we'd be away from the whiting, but obviously not. I'll just stick them in the bucket. There we go. They can sit in there. Let's bring the frozen in. Oh, I really hope it's not a whiting fest today. That is not what I want. I want flatfish. A little bit of weight on here as well. Probably whiting. Oh, dearie me. That is not really what I wanted to see. There's definitely some weight on here. Oh, whiting in broad daylight. Why is there no flatfish? Then again, it's only 2 casts. Can't really make an assumption so far on 2 casts, can you, really? At the end of the day. I really did think we wouldn't actually see them little blighters. Well, frozen. Frozen 1-0. 1-0 to the frozen baits. That's a beautiful dab, that is. Pristine. Look at him. He is a pristine fish. Little bit of chunk to him. He's not skinny. He's not. Look at that. Frozen baits 1-0. Be honest with you, not what I was expecting. But that is the first dabby dabby doodah. I'd really like to see, I can't believe that, I really would like to see a flounder today. I've had some beautiful flounder off this beach. I really have. Why are the whiting taking the fresh and the dabs taking the frozen? Maybe that's going to be the way it goes today. Who knows? But there we go. 1-0 to the frozen baits so far. Third cast, 20 minutes in there. I'm going to reel in. Ooh, which one shall I reel in first? I'm going to go fresh again. Fresh again. I've seen a couple of rattles on here. Yeah, that's probably whiting. Who knows? On a beautiful sunny day, flat, calm beach, there is some weight there. Let's see what this is. There is definitely some weight there. Like I said, I've been seeing rattles from about 5 minutes of being in there, but as with a lot of fishing, I'm using 2-hook flappers. So obviously 2-hook flappers, you've got 2 baits in the water. Why would I reel in straight away? I'll time it for 20 minutes. Plus, rattles never really means anything, to be honest with you. What we got? Is there anything there? It looks like a whiting. It smells like a whiting. It is a whiting. Yay, just what I've always wanted. Bit of a better one, don't get me wrong, but it's still a whiting. Right, put him in the bucket. In you go, mate. Now let's reel in the frozen. Yet again, I'm pretty sure I did see a couple of rattles on this, but time will tell when we reel it in. Well, I don't think there's much weight there. Don't really think there's anything on this, to be honest with you, unfortunately. Well, the whiting are liking the fresh bait, aren't they? Oh, why? Why do you come to do a flatfish video and you get absolutely annihilated by them horrible, pesky little creatures? Yeah, like I say, it doesn't feel like there's any weight on here at all. But time will tell. Get out of the surf. Little tiny bit of weed out there as well, which isn't great. Comes straight off. Nope, nothing on that cast at all for that. So as you can see, fresh is fishing better, but the fish we came here for so far, 3 casts, 1 dab on the frozen. So it still sits 1-0 to the frozen baits. Cast number 4 is now coming to an end. Couple of rattles on the left-hand rod, which is fresh. The right-hand rod, which is frozen. Haven't seen any activity on it at all. So, let's go with frozen first. Save the best till last. Tide's now ebbing out quite nicely. Don't feel like there's any, well, there might be a little bit of weight on it. Yeah, tide's ebbing out. I think it's coming up to about 9 o'clock, maybe 10 to 9. Might be weed, to be honest with you. Does seem to be some weed around today, which is a little bit shocking, because I didn't think there would be any. And like I say, there's a lot of whiting, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest with you. No, I don't think there's anything on it. There's the other line, I'll walk into that. There's a little bit of weed. What do we got? I think this is going to be a nil power on the frozen. Get this off the leader knot. Frozen is nothing, which I was expecting on that cast, to be honest with you. But the fresh is the one I've seen the rattles on. So let's see how many whiting we got on this for now. Oh dear. Yeah, there's, I was going to say there is weight there. There is weight. Double shot of pin whiting incoming, I reckon. But we'll see. Definitely weight on there, he says. But what a day, eh? What an absolutely beautiful day. Yeah, there's weed around the lead knot. Yeah. Early January. And it was a cold one this morning. Oh, I think there's something on there because it's staying low. Nope, nothing on there either. So that cast produced nothing apart from weed. Let's get the 5th cast out, see if we can get something on that. Yet again, the fresh rod is doing the do. I've had a couple of massive slack liners on that rod, turning around. I keep tightening up to them because it's nothing massive, whatever it is. You've got to remember I'm using a plain lead. So anything with a little bit of size, a little bit of power, will move the lead and it will make it go slack. And it keeps trembling. So I think there might be something on there. But yet again, the frozen has not seen a bite. The left-hand rod, just going to sit here and see if it does go slack again. So I say, I think it's a couple of times I've looked up and that line has been basically on the floor. That to me, sometimes, says flounder. But the likelihood of it being a flounder is there. But I'm saying that's probably a better whiting than what we normally have been having. Yeah, there's some weight there. Oh, there is some weight there. Who are you? I'm saying double shot of chunky whiting. That's the thing with a plain leg, because it's got no grippers, it will get slackened very easy. But the trick is not to hit into it. Just keep tightening up to it, because if that has gone slack, whatever the fish is, it's hit the weight of the lead and it has hooked itself. We've got whiting. And whiten and whiten, double shot of whiten. Ooh, I was really hoping that was a flounder then. Broad daylight, sunny day, and we're still getting whited. Oh, there we go. But yet again, fresh. If I hadn't have brought fresh with me, I would not be catching fish. Well, I would have had one dab, but that is not obviously a session, really, is it? One dab. Drop them in the bucket so they can keep fresh and clean. See what's on here. Like I say, I haven't really seen much movement on here. I've seen a couple of little tiny trembles, but that could be weed. Don't think there's anything on here. Frozen is getting battered today by the fresh lugworm. I say, not exactly what we really wanted. Do that plate up. Not what I really wanted. However, fish are fish. And it's some sport. Would love to see some more flatties though. I really would. Honestly thought today, well, there's a little bit of weight there. No, there's not. I think it was just coming through the surf. Nil pois. So I think the gist of this video so far is that fresh does fish outfish frozen by a heck of a lot. However, got there, more weed. Not the flatties are after, but let's keep going. That Surfcast done. And like I say, fresh is doing the do. It really is, which I thought it would do. I really did. Always say fresh is best, but frozen has shown so far, if you've only got frozen, you will get a bite. But if you want more fish, at the minute, fresh is showing that that is the way forward. Lucky number 7 cast coming up. As you can see, I've changed the camera angle a little bit. I'm going to move the rod and tripods down after this cast, but this is lucky number 7. And it could be lucky because both rods have been going. And to be honest with you, I want to reel the frozen rod in first, because this has had a couple of decent knocks on it, to be honest with you, in the last 20 minutes. Including slack liner. And there's a little bit of weight there, not a lot, but a little bit. This is the frozen lugworm, right hand rod. There's nothing on it. I'm going to be devastated because this slackened off twice. Feels like there could be something there. Whatever it is, it's not chunky. Whoa, that's a flatty. Flatty number 2. Look at that. That is a beautiful dab. Oh my word. That is absolutely beautiful. That is a stunning dab. That really, really is. Look at him. That is fantastic. What a beautiful dab that is. Nice size. No wonder it was giving me slack liners. That on the frozen. So it's 2-0 to the frozen for the flatfish. What a beautiful looking dab. Wow. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. That would be perfect eating size to take home. I'm not going to weigh it. Not going to measure it. However, what I will do, I'll put it in the water. What a dab. Stunning. So at the minute, for flatfish, frozen is out fishing fresh. I've had a couple of little dingle dangles on the fresh rod. See what's on here. This one didn't go out too far last time. I'm saying whiting. Oh, I'm happy with that dab. That is an absolute beauty of a dab. Stunning. Don't think there's anything on it. Can't feel no weight really. Who would have thought it, eh? Fresh is catching everything else. And frozen is bringing the dabs in. Oh, there might be something on it. I reckon whiting. Yep, there he is. There he is, little whiting on the fresh. So, as we can tell, are you right? Fresh bait is out fishing frozen. All right, fresh bait is out fishing frozen. That's a little one, but frozen is getting the species that we needed. Let's have a look. Hello, hello, doggy. Hello, doggy. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Unless he wants to take my fish that's in the bucket. No. Oh, bless. No, no, no. That's all right. Leave that. That's all right. I'll sort it. I'll sort it. All right. No worries. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, frozen is catching the dabs. 2 dabs to 0 for the frozen. Fresh is catching, like I say, everything else, whiting and rockling. That was lucky number 7, and it was lucky. Brilliant. Right, cast number 8 coming up. This is cast number 9. Didn't show you cast number 8 because there was not a lot going on, and they were both obviously no fish whatsoever on either rod. Tide's getting down to low now. I think we've got about an hour to an hour and a half till low. I'll be leaving in about an hour and a half, to be honest with you. Probably go about 1:30 in the afternoon. Reel these ones in, just quickly as well, to the man who come over and noticed me and recognised me. First ever time I've been recognised on the beach from my YouTube. Pleasure to meet you. I do hope you're watching because you said you would watch the video. You saw that dab I caught. So let's reel this in. Don't think there's much on here. It feels pretty much light as a feather. Like I say, I think the bites are drying up now. It's getting near low. I thought it would, to be honest with you. I think it's fished through the part it was going to. I wasn't expecting it to fish down like this low, to be honest with you. I was expecting more of the action to be in the first 3 hours. Nice to see a few fish though. 2-0 to the frozen bait, which I'll be totally honest with you, when it comes to dabs, I was not expecting. But the fresh has by far outfished the frozen when it comes to fish and species. So we've still got a little while yet to make our minds up. But like I say, dab-wise, frozen seems to be doing the do. This is the fresh rod. Let's reel this in. I've seen a couple of little taps on here. Little tiny bit of weight. Probably another little bubba whiting. If there is anything on there. A little bit of weed coming through now as well, as we're getting further down the tide. Might actually be something on here. There's a bit of weight. But what a day. There's loads of people walking around. What have we got? Yep. A little whiting again. Tiny little thing. They love that fresh lugworm. They really do. So there is still a few fish around. Just not as many as there was. So anyway, cast number 9. One whiting. Get these baited up, get them out. Might leave it a little bit longer now, might leave it half an hour to soak per cast. See if anything happens. And like I say, get down to low and then we'll be out of it. That is the 10th cast now done. I'm gonna have one last cast after this and see if we can get one last gasp fish on the rods. Now this has trembled a little bit, but the problem is, like I say, it's coming up to low and the fish have gone off the feed. There might well be a fish on here. It does feel a little bit heavy actually. Like I say, low tide though, fish have gone off the feed. It's not like it was a little while ago with bites galore. If anything, this is just gonna be a little whiting. What a beautiful day it's been though, eh? Obviously this morning it was frozen solid, now it's absolutely stunning. It's got up to a balmy 3 degrees according to my phone. Oh, much better than the minus this morning. At least the roads will be a little bit safer driving home because on the way here. Precarious, no. If you drive to the conditions. But coming down to Covehithe, you have to come down a little tiny country lane and there was absolutely... What we got there? Weed fish. Nothing on the fresh at all. Just reeling the frozen, see if there's anything on there. And like I say, I'm going to have one last cast after this. Give it a go. See if there's anything out there. Blast it out. Blast it out. 70 yards. That's a blast for me. Right. Frozen baits. I did see a couple of pulls on this. But by the feel of it, there's nothing there. I'd say it's probably weed like it is on that rod there. There might be a little bit of weight. Let's see what we've got when it comes in. It's very shallow out there now, extremely shallow. This beach at high has a little bit of depth to it. But you can see how shallow it is when you come here in the summer swimming, because you can walk out a long way here. Long, long way. And it's only up to your waist. And then it sort of drops off. Nothing on the frozen either. Like I say, low tide, bites are drying up. Is what it is. One last cast. Then I'm on my way home for some bourbon biscuits, because I fancy some bourbons. But yeah, get these rods out and I'll bring you back on my last cast, see if we can grab one last gasp fish. And there we have it. That is the last cast done and dusted. Left hand rod first, going to bring in. I don't think I've had any bites or anything on this rod. Like I say, it's now more or less bang on low tide. And the fishing has completely dried up. Which, you know, you'd expect it to on a shallow beach. It's cold. Get down to low tide. There's no tide run out there. Thought I had a fishing, got a little bit heavy. No tide run out there at all. And the fish have obviously gone off the feed because of that. He says it really does feel like there's some weight there, to be honest with you. What is this? Nah, I think it's just dragging on the bottom because of how shallow it is now. Let's have a look. Where are you? Dun dun. So like I say, this is the last cast with the fresh rod. What have I got? Well, I never. Last cast. 2-1 so far. 2. The frozen fresh baits has finally produced me a dab. Look at that. There we go. Lovely. Another little dab. That's on the fresh. Frozen has obviously had 2 so far. Fresh has had 1. Last cast is finally produced, which is nice to see. Now to bring in the frozen. Am I going to make it 3-1? Is this going to be a hat trick on the frozen baits? Let's have a little look-see. I don't reckon so, but you do never know. Don't think there's any weight there from what I can feel. But as I said, fresh today has completely outfished frozen in regards to species. But frozen has beaten fresh in regards to flatfish. Which I'll be totally honest with you, when I first started this video, I was not expecting it at all. I thought fresh was going to absolutely obliterate the frozen. The frozen was going to, fresh was going to absolutely obliterate the frozen, sorry, in regards to dabs. But you learn something new every day. Don't think there's anything on here. Get a wheel on the knot. Nope. No fish on the frozen. So, there we have it. What a beautiful day it's been on the beach. Absolutely lovely. Met someone who's a viewer as well, which is a first. Like I say, frozen for the dabs has outfished 2-1. Fresh, on the other hand, has completely caught so many different species. I'll say so many different species. You've got your rockling, your dabs, and your whiting. So there we have it. Maybe frozen is better for dabs. Who knows? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you got this far, really appreciate it. If you're not yet subscribed, of course, everyone on YouTube says it. Hit the subscribe button. Give the video a like and put a comment down as well if you can, because I try to reply to every comment that I see on the channel. I'm going to go home. I'm going to go have a shower. I'm going to eat some bourbon biscuits because I've got an urge for bourbons at the minute. So you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you by the water very soon.